Welcome back to my Let's Play channel. This is Wishblend reporting in. This is going to be my commentary on and my thoughts of what was revealed in the 10-minute gameplay for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. The thumbnail and video is from Nintendo America's channel on YouTube, which link will be in the description down below. So don't worry about watching it without my commentary if you want to click on it. I'll also play the video at the end of this video, when I finish all my analysing bit. I'm sure there's plenty of others out there doing this as well, but this is just my own interpretation and things I've seen on the actual game. I've tried to avoid any leaks and that, so all my comments are literally is the trailers we've seen and this 10-minute video. So with that in mind, let us jump in. I've just gone straight to the actual gameplay video, and here we go.
Here we are in the land of Hyrule. Like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a vast world to explore. Of course, it's not just the same world as is. It's changed in many ways.
Okay, I'm going to put the volume down and so I can talk over as we go through, and as I'll put the actual volume up on the same playthrough afterwards. So first impression so far, so basically we've got the riding a horse, we've got the spurs with boosting again, so probably be able to capture wild horses again. It's on a Hyrule field, I can see that much, and yeah, it is different. There's got these big boulders that are here, and as I say, no sign of any Guardian tech at the moment. You've got some clouds or something coming up here, and you've got a little green spiral thing at the top here. So we're going to carry on. Looks like a slightly new set, so don't know what that is up top here. New mobs. Looks like we've got autosave. If I go back slightly, right, this horse head here has got to be from one of the horse stables from Breath of the Wild, so that's still in there. I can't remember if we had smoke clouds coming out of the horse's mouth in Breath of the Kingdom, but it seems to be forming this series of steps going up to this part thing here. I don't know if we'll be able to make ourselves lighter than air at some point. I can use it as like a jump ability to climb up these steps of the clouds. Do not know. It's a speculation. So that's the first look at the Sky Islands. So that's a crack through here. There's got to be Dueling Peaks. But yeah, I don't know what these are. We don't know yet. It could be a way up, or it could be like a new shrine. Because I know the shrine's not. There's usually a shrine down here by Dueling Peaks, but it's not here. So yeah, as you can see, we'll just go back slightly. Get a better angle. See, yeah, the smoke's coming out of the horse's mouth, and it's looked like there's a wind channel going up. So maybe that's what it is. You can basically go on, climb onto the horse's head, jump down, you deploy your power glider, and it'll blow you up to the it blows you up this direction the clouds going, and then float up there. Because there was definitely a wind guide. You can see it here, look. Unless that's a cliff, it looks like basically gonna be the wind's going up. I've got Beetle just down here in the stables, so it's nice that he's still there. don't know what this is. It looks like some construction work. Animals still in it, a cook pot. I think that's gold trees on the another sky island. You got this little thing here just falling down, which we'll explore in a minute. Still got temperature, sound sensor, time thing. And this is a nice map on that. It's got I think these blue bits is the actual trails rather than the river. Yeah, the roads. The numbers looks like some sort of coordinate system. I hope it stays in the game, but I do not know if it will or not. But as you see, it's this bit's coming down. Still got like the platforms here as you can climb up. Definitely drawing peaks here, so it's definitely not like I remember. So it looks like we're going to have a time skip of some sort. Okay, so we're climbing up. We get onto the platform, just leisurely drawing peaks. This is the rock that fell down out of the sky. So, right. This is the first of Link's abilities. It seems all Link's abilities are through his hand. I'm just pointing out here. Two things. This ability which we've just seen here is called Recall, but the actual marker here says Rewind. It's basically the mechanic works where an object falls or moves. Link can cast the Recall ability on it, and it rewinds the movement of that object. So a particular thing, this one, if I let it play, it fell out of the sky, so you're rewinding the movement so it's going back up its path it came down. That's why in one of the early trailers you had the big spike ball rolling down the hill, and then Link kind of pausing it and sending it back up the track that has to come down. It's not just the rocks that come down from the sky can be used for. It looks like it can be used on any movable object. But we'll have to play and explore that when we get the option. And thing to note on this one is the wheel. It obviously is counting down, so when it's getting close to this, it's almost at the back at the top. So when it gets the white lines disappear, it's back at the starting point, and then it'll start falling again. So that's when you need to get off or get out of the way, for example. We've got the new power glider here. Don't know how early into the game this is, so we don't know if we have to do something to get this, or it's just a case of we've got it as default because of the time jump thing. But the seamless move up is good. The wind's blowing the hair, tattoos. So obviously something's happened, we don't know what. Okay, here. This is like a dragon head, which is corresponding to the Sony, which is what a lot of people, theorists, were talking about on the channels. What the dragons are back here. So one of the theories for Breath of the Wild was the dragons went above this cloud and disappeared. Same as the Zelda Skyward Sword. The basically you punch holes through the cloud to get to the various locations, and then you can back up through the clouds now when you return to the sky. This has had the layer of the clouds removed. How, why, we do not know at this time. So yeah, as you can see, I've still got a stamina wheel. So it's very high scenery. I do like it. These are the new towers. The old towers which you used to open the map on the ground floor are gone. Which is probably why our map didn't show anything apart from like the basic roads. We probably have to go to these towers, climb up to the top, or do something else to activate them. This red thing, we'll see more of it later. I'm not quite sure at this angle. So, we're just adding. There we go. Big thundercloud. So that's got to be like an area boss or something. I'm not sure what. You know, a bit like the shrines. You can't get through that area until you do something, and then it'll clear the cloud, or you go through. In Sour Skull's sword, there's a massive storm cloud which you can fly into, and the way you solved that was after you got all three of the map pieces, it fired a light beam into the storm cloud and opened up a passageway. Whether something similar to this happens, like you go up the tower and the tower shoots a beam across to it, yeah, from here to here, or vice versa, don't know yet. Looking forward to finding out. Nice switch. So you got still some clouds here. Weird box. It could be a labyrinth or cube puzzle. Got a series of waterfalls, flowing water, and sky islands, which is odd, but that's what it is. Don't know what this structure here is. Could be a tree, but it's an ice field here. We've got a golden field, trees, and like here. It obviously stands out, so maybe starting area, or maybe it's a goddess area. We just don't know at this time. I do like it. Good graphics though. I mean, here, our host is basically saying, you come across a tree branch, pick it up, it could be useful. I'm sorry, in these games, anything lying loose, you pick up. Anything could be used for anything. So, you grab branches, weapons, these mushroom things over here. Literally, you pick anything and everything. You got a nice map here of the Sky Islands, different elevations, and you can still see the coordinate system just down at the bottom here. So the fact that the game is complete, according to a host, basically, I'll say these coordinates are actually part of the actual game. Might be wrong when we find out when we actually play the game, but for now I'm going to go on a limb and say they're part of it, which should be useful, and especially for the speedrunning community. I know you guys are crazy. I'm looking forward to see what you guys do. So you got the structures. Okay, we don't know what they're for yet. Okay, this. Oops. This is a construct. It seems to be powered by the same green power as your hand. So there's probably a relation there. So we're basically hitting it with the stick. So the breakable weapons are back. But that's a minor thing. Annoyance, but it's workable. Okay. So let's see, you've got a soldier construct horn. Is that the thing that was on top of its head? Did it have a horn on top of its head? Yeah, it's got a horn on top of its head. So obviously, we've got the horn plus, what was it, a Sony charge? I think I saw. So Sony charge is basically what's powering the construct. So obviously the Sonys are in it. Now the construct horn here, it's interesting because of the fact they had a horn on its head and now we've got it as loot. All the videos we had, the trailers, so to speak, they had all the mobs with weapons on their heads. So a process of leap of faith is if we can get this horn by defeating a construct, which had a horn on its head, then in theory we should be able to get the horns and other weapons from the mobs when we defeat them. So Sony charge, not quite sure what it's used for. It's probably as it's powering the construct, is probably to power up other machinery or something. Alright, this is a new another new ability Link's got. It's called Fuse. He's taken a badly damaged stick, and he's basically going to fuse the tree branch with the boulder. You can see the green lines going across here. Now, you could also link the boulder to the shield. You just need to press whatever combination it is. Now, this was a big bonus in that. I mean, it's so game changing in things that can happen. Yes, it's gained a +2 to its strength. So the 4, I presume that's the branch was worth 2 on its own, so it's now 4 in total, 2 and 2 type thing. Yes, it's a big boulder, but when he puts it on his back, it's a small boulder. But that's just gameplay mechanic, because when he takes it back out, it should be a big boulder again. Yep, there you go. Simple gameplay mechanic, shrinkage, and that when you put the items on the back. Again, we've got 2 horns here, and I assume this little bit here is the power symbol for the constructs. Because every construct seems to have one on it. So let's see. So I had a stick, long stick, which he dropped. So pick the stick up. Again, the horn and charge, or horn and charge. So yeah, that if it's got that little brush symbol, it's going to be a Sony charge. You're probably going to find stronger enemies got more than one symbol or bigger charges or something. I don't know yet. We've still really got a small gameplay footage. This is the crafting night mechanic. Again, it's using the fuse option. So basically he's going to fuse a long stick and a farmer's pitchfork to make a longer weapon. As you see, it's gone up by 4 to 6. Now that does look really good, but I'm sorry, that length of it just looks hilarious. Don't go through any low bridges, Link. I mean, I do like this here. So the fuse is basically the core of the new game. So basically, you can fuse multiple items together in multiple ways. So here we've got all the ingredient bar, which is I think the apple up here. So you got your apple, your shield, and your bow and arrow. So I'm going to say that's your defense, that's your bow and arrow, stroke sword. And if you're going to grab something from your inventory to fuse, like the leaf here, you press the up arrow. This fuse symbol up here, I guess that's the green, that's the fuse once it's selected. I presume that's the hand ability, left shoulder button, so to speak. Now, I assume you can have only one ability from the hand working at one time. because earlier when it came up on the stone elevator, so to speak, it's going to most likely get called. It was a different symbol. See, the leaf actually gave a plus. Alright, everybody wants to use the war meat, but the carrot frond, it actually gives a +1 to, I think it's damage or speed to the bow. Where the white chuku jelly, again, it's +1, so that might just because it's added mobile freeze, long distance freeze attack. As for the meat attacks, you'll probably be able to fire some raw meat into some dog area where you've got some monsters and they go for the meat and fight over it or something. There's a lot of potential with the mechanic of using infantry. Also, it's a case of bringing up the option of what else can you use. Yes, here you go. Select material to attach up on the arrow, which is that one. So I was correct. So the apple is basically representing your infantry. I don't know if that's a new dragon or one of the old dragons. I can't tell from this angle. I do like the option of you need to track it. Use the eyeball to track stuff. There's going to be so much customization and experimentation in this game, and it's just looking so forward to it. I mean, I have to admit my long arrow shots are not that great, so I'll probably be using that a bit too often. Now here we're told he's basically put a mushroom on the shield. That'll be a fuse ability. Yep, still a fuse, but it's actually a puff room, which is basically like a one that's basically got a lot of seeds and stuff. So mobile defense screen basically. So your enemy attacks and basically destroys the puff room on the shield, releases a massive smoke screen. As you can see, question mark here in the middle of the cloud, that is where the enemy is basically is. You can't see Link now because there's smoke everywhere. And if you look here, you see like a red line coming out. That signifies to me that it's got some sort of radar line sonar device. And that's how they track you. Get too close to them and that will pick you up. But say you go around the back and you've got stealth, sneak strike, the old silent backstab. Obviously it's going to be a bonus on the attacks. So yeah, again, with a bit of a wooden stick. Now, we had to get bigger, stronger weapons from, stronger enemies like the Lionels in Breath of the Wild. But with this fuse ability, anything can become a weapon. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, for example, someone got this wooden stick and log, somebody sets fire to the log or somehow, then fuses it, so you got a flaming mace. It's just so often. I'm saying another thing here. See, we've got with the logs now turned into a log club, but it's also going to fuse the rock with the shield. Now it's saying question marks there because obviously, what is it called? It's a rock shield, but it's literally opens up the possibilities of what you can do. Okay, this scene here, this is the vehicle building section which I showed us on the demo, the gameplay demo. It's interesting because there's as on this thing here, there's so many things to see. I mean, let's start in the top left. Right, you've got a hand here, which is obviously a new ability. So that's, I think we get to what it is in a minute. We've got the hearts up here, and so you got the normal inventory where sword and shield. To say it's not a bow because the bow's not equipped. Over in the bottom right corner, we've got a temperature, sound, day guide, and the mini map. Now on the mini map, we're looking at this here. You've got this blue line going across here. Now that could be from the planet surface, down on the ground, actually one of the roads. This bit here, it looks like it's a path of something going across. That can't see because it's over this direction somewhere. But here, what do we have here? That there corresponds to here and here. So they've got to be like buildings or shrines. I'll say they're shrines because literally there's three in close proximity. This is, looks like a battery. So it could be a charging station for the batteries or a way to improve battery. Like maybe the... give me a second actually. Get the angle. Trying to find an angle where you can see the canisters. Right, these canisters here, could it be batteries for the Sony tech? Yeah, bigger charge, so they last longer. Because I jumped ahead. Right. I think we're gonna. I know the Sony tech uses batteries. So yeah, this bit here, that looks like this bridge here, just up in the golden trees. You got some sort of a mine car rail here, so you can probably shield yourself down it. And obviously this here is supposed to stop you falling off the edge of the wall. Yeah, water in that. There's a lot of potential. As I say, don't know if we can actually swim in the water or not yet, but we'll have to see. Now the building, as I say, if you use one option where you're using weapons, this ability is something totally different. This is the hand ability. Let's use the pun. I think it's called hand. Oh, there you go, ultra hand. So basically, you can put any object together using the sticky glue, which is automatically generated from your hand ability. You can put in any order, any size. And I know this is just a basic raft, but a lot of people are commenting on certain body parts that it kind of represents. I'm not going to say it about that because it might affect the channel, but I'm sure you can figure out what it is. But yeah, it's basically, he's got the three there put together, and these here again got a little symbol on top and a battery. This has to be the Sony tech, and basically it uses batteries to power the individual objects, and it drains it when it's in use, and it recharges automatically when it's not in use. Now, at the moment, I believe Link only has one of those green things on its his hip. Did I just get it there? Yeah, it looks like he's only got one green thing, and it could be it only has enough to power one, short battery. And if you get more, it increases the power level like you can run them for, last longer. I mean, I do like the where once they're connected, you can hit anything on the actual object and it turns anything connected on. It's basically also the battery's not dropping as fast because there's actually two items, so it's kind of duplicated the actual power level. Yeah, so one drains quick, two drains slower. So the more fans, the slower the drain. This thing here, whatever it is called a Ranger construct. You can see the name up here. As to what it is, can't quite tell. It's like something sticking out with two light things on the top and arms sticking out. But that's it. We've got another bulb, so that's new plants to harvest. So, yeah, so here we've got, for example, each of these wheels seems to have the battery symbol on it. So that'd be 4 wheels. So the power would basically drain slower. This here also looks like a power supply, so it could be that it runs longer. This here, can't really see what's inside, but it's got the like a balloon thing connected to a basically platform below. But this thing, I say, it's got the 4 fans and a metal grate and the control stick, whatever it is. You can't see how many green capsules you got on this side. I'm going to call them batteries until I know more, or battery charge points. It's a pure theoretical on my part because we don't know enough, but I'm looking forward to seeing what we got. So here it's basically got the 4 fans and a platform and a sailcloth. So it's split the normal battery drain by 4, divided by 4. You see, hit the main thing. There, massive jump once it goes into the air. So to get all these flying machines, you're going to need a lot more ability, power to do it. I do like this rise ability where you go through the ceiling. It's going to have so much potential to play and abuse. Yes, there's restrictions, it says, but restrictions would basically be because I saw some of the original patents now before the trailers came out, because I saw when they found them and shared them. The patents for this rise ability is you can't use it on a sloped ceiling. It has to be like a flat ceiling, and the bit above it has to be flat, so you get like straight through mechanic. If it's at a slope angle, you can't go through. That's the only basic restrictions. As far as I'm aware, I could be wrong, but that's what I remember from the patent filings I saw on the internet. Now, this bit here I do like a lot. The bit where you had to climb up the side of the mountain, find the flat areas so you can regain your stamina. It was a challenge and it was a pain when you couldn't find the path. This function here with the ability to rise to go into a cave. flat ceiling. There's something on the ceiling here, don't know what it is. And the fact that he's like swimming through the rock and out the top. Unbearably cold. So obviously that basically means you have to wear the clothing and that again, which you're kind of expecting. Looks like the start of the monorail shield slide over here. And I think I saw another one just to the left. What the hell's that? I didn't see that a second ago. So we've got minecarts here. Some giant ball structure. And looks like minecarts shoot off there, and shoot off here. So it looks like we've got a mini platform thing. So we've probably got to light this ball globe up and that by going to certain areas like over here, to the right, to the left, and up here. Do stuff to get that to light up. As to what, I'm not sure, but it's certainly looking forward to having play and exploring on this game. Comment here that Mr. Noir is saying is literally, if you got anything with a ceiling, you can go through it. Be it a cage with a ceiling, a cave, a structure. As long as you've got a ceiling, you can basically go through it. Again, we've got another construct. He's got something on his head, some sort of sword thing. Obviously, it's guard in the cave in the background. I do like the bit where they can use the fuse objects as well. It seems the fuse thing is integral to the game. Actually, if I just rewind slightly. Yeah, these symbols here, they're not shrines, they're actually caves. So you just have to go into one here. And if I go back there before it goes up, what does it show on the top when you go above it? Does it show you the cave from below or just the top? I mean, if you press back, does that mean you drop you out right at the bottom again? Yeah, it shows there's a cave below you. Cool. So, I do like the constructs and that. There's so much potential. I think they're the baddies up in the sky, and the Ganon and Malice is the ones on the back. Alright. So yeah, obviously that's a big sailor type thing, and he's physics of the wind blows you off. Okay, so we've got the big things underneath, the planet lines. These red circle things here, they one of the YouTubers suggested they might actually be the entrances into the underground, and I kind of agree. They probably are, but I'm not sure if it's Malice related as well, because the colour is similar to Malice. So you've got a tower over here with the lights coming up. That's got to be they have to be unlocking the ground map, because at the moment we've still got a sky map. But obviously once we get below a certain height, that will drop. as I say, like a light purple here. It's similar to that colour. So it could be past the underground, or it could be malice coming out onto the surface, or it could be both. I mean, just looking at this overall view, there's not one. I know we're pretty high up still, but there's no sign of Sheikah technology or Guardian tech. No divine beasts, nothing. It's along the line. I'm going to go on a wild guess here as a speculation on the lore side that after the Breath of the Wild episode, after they defeated that beast Ganon and the Sauder and the Link, everyone started to recover, build up stuff again. That they decided the technology was good, but Ganon's took it over in the past. We can't trust it. Let's just get rid of all the technology, all the Sheikah tech, all the towers, dismantle them, get rid of all the Guardian stuff, because literally it's unreliable. We can't trust it. And that's why we can't see any of it. I could be wrong. As I say, it's just speculation on my part. But if you take a time jump, forward in time, say 10 years or so, or 20 years, or maybe 5 years, if they basically put the whole country, the Gorons, the Saori, and all the other races in Hyrule and surrounding areas, if they all work together and basically just got rid of it all, there's literally nothing there. I mean, you hear, and notice we've got a flagpole. Don't know what it's for. It's just there. There's another tower there. Don't know what this is. It's like a hole with stones around it. Little fort there. See Death Mountain. Over there, a castle. Another pictogram thing. This big lake here on top of this land, I don't remember it. But there again, I say Death Mountain is no longer active with lava. It's now active with malice. And here's another tower here, a bit closer. Now that looks like the one of the bridges to come into the whole. I don't know where that is. That could be the arena, which I'm not sure. I remember these. They had them in Skyward Sword. Basically, you're flying along on your giant bird, Lothwing, in Skyward Sword, and you come across random islands, just not much on them and that. But you have to jump down on top of it. So you jump off your Lothwing and skydive down like you're doing here, and then you open up a parachute and you land on them. In this case, we've got a paraglider. So there's going to be a load of these floating around. Again, another image of the storm cloud here. But it seems to link to this one here and go down. That little white dot on top of that tower there could be a cloud. Could be a light. There's so much here. Like you've got the green spirals. You're just dropping straight down into the Jordan Peaks. There's just so much to look forward to. So we're doing fast dive into the water. Good water effect, so we'll give it that along with the spray. That there is like a Macoblin being carried by the flying mobs. I don't know what it is top of my head, but we saw them in the last trailer before the gameplay one. Obviously we've got the camps here. Hang on. I know what this is. We had one by the stables as well. It's a house building. This is like a doors, a property sign, signpost outside saying this is Link's house. This is say Zelda's house. This is someone else's house. You basically start a kit. They basically lay the foundation. They've got the walls, and you come along and you build it, and you customize it to your heart's content. Where do you build them? There's numerous locations around the map, the world. I say we had one right back here at the start, and so right back when it's going through the fields. Get closer, here. Again, exactly the same setup. Base, back walls. Can't see something old near back up there, but you can't see the actual thing. So yeah. So you've got steps going up. It's the building your own house. Now, is it going to be for Link to use wherever he wants, or is he building it for a community like the Terrytown? Okay, this is a start part of the expanded Terrytown build quest where you have to build it up. Here you got like some building materials, with a cover over. Oh, that is interesting. You need to know a bit more whether it's going to be for us or for the players. Yeah, not players, the other NPCs. And as I say, he's got his new green bow, which has probably a Sony tech. Something I didn't check. Right. So the number on the right is the height. What does it do? I think. $850, $850, $819. Yeah, basically about $819, $820. It kind of drops off from the sky map to the ground map. So, my thoughts, apart from what I've discovered as going through, it's going to be a very interesting game. Loads of customization. Storyline is going to be crazy. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to play it. On some of the other images, we saw that the lines coming down from the Sky Islands, going off this image here. It's probably just going to be waterfalls. You can see the water's coming down here. Now that reminds me of another option to get to that Sky Island. Anybody remember the Sora, costume that Link got from the Sora people, the princess, where when he was wearing it, he could swim up waterfalls. Yeah, so you can either, if you've got that option or the equivalent, you can swim up the waterfalls from the ground to the islands, use the stone elevator using the recall ability, or fly up there with your own customised flying machine. Obviously, I'll do more, analysing when we get the next trailer footage. But hopefully, you guys have enjoyed, what we've basically seen. So with that, I'm going to put the sound up and basically let it go from the beginning.
Hello everyone, I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. First, I have some news. Development on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is now complete. Thank you very much for waiting. Many of you are looking forward to this game, and we've released a few trailers so far. Although it'll just be a brief glimpse, I'm going to actually play the game for you all today and show you what it's like. Okay? Let's begin. Here we are in the land of Hyrule. Like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a vast world to explore. Of course, it's not just the same world as is. It's changed in many ways. If we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself when the game launches. In this game, the vast world of Hyrule reaches high into the sky. You'll notice some land masses floating up there. We call them Sky Islands. You're probably wondering something. How do you get to the Sky Islands when they're so high up? If we take a look, oh, something's falling from the sky. Do you see it? I wonder what that is. Let's head over to it. We're almost at the spot where the object fell. Here it is. Okay, let's use one of Link's new abilities. If you do this on the rock that just fell... Look, it started rising. This power is known as Recall, which rewinds an object's movement. Since I just used Recall on the fallen rock, I can now rise into the sky. We're a lot closer to the Sky Islands. Let's use the paraglider to reach one of them. There are a few other Sky Islands floating here too. I made it. There are lots of ways to reach the Sky Islands, so we hope you'll try a few different methods. Okay, now we're on a slightly bigger Sky Island. Just like on the surface, there are several man-made structures. Some trees are also growing here. You won't see many of those yellow trees on the surface, though. Let's walk around for a bit. There's a branch on the ground. When you find something like this, you should pick it up. It might come in handy later. Let's continue. Oh, something's there. This is a brand new enemy called a construct. We'll fight it using the branch we just picked up. Ah, the branch broke. Not good, not good. Quick, get another branch and... we defeated it. Moving on. We've now explored more of this Sky Island. As expected, fighting with just a branch won't get us very far. Also, this branch is almost broken. So here's another one of Link's new abilities. If we use this branch and the rock over here, and do this, look, we can stick them together. We created a makeshift hammer. This is called Fuse. You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects. Let's take on another construct with this fused weapon. We're dealing with two of them at once. Oh, we beat one. The weapon's attack has definitely improved. The other branch broke, but this weapon has much better durability. You can do all sorts of things by experimenting with the fuse ability. You can fuse two weapons, for example. If we take this long stick and fuse it with a pitchfork, we can create a weapon with a much longer attack range. With this, we don't have to get too close to enemies, and we can safely attack from a distance. You can also fuse arrows with materials in your inventory. For instance, try fusing this leaf to an arrow. Fuse an ice elemental material to an arrow and you can freeze faraway enemies. Very useful. In addition, let's see. There's a bird flying around. If you're out hunting, you might feel that aiming with an arrow is too difficult. Apparently, my eyes can't track fast-moving objects as of late, so my shots rarely land. So at times like these, here's an eyeball you can get by defeating monsters. Fuse it to an arrow and... look, it homed in on the target. Let's try this on another bird. I'll just fire in that general direction. It's very simple. Depending on what you stick together, the fuse ability could also be beneficial for hunting. I fused a mushroom to my shield. Now, you're probably wondering if this has any use. Well, this mushroom is actually a puff shroom. Let's fight an enemy with this. I blocked with the shield. Okay, there's smoke now. The enemy's lost sight of Link, so... attack! Even if you struggle with combat, you can take down enemies using similar methods. In the previous game, you'd usually get powerful weapons by defeating strong enemies. But in this game, fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a useful weapon. There are even more gameplay options for sticking things together. Let me demonstrate. Some of the Sky Islands even have rivers. We'll want to cross this one, but swimming across it, well, the river's too wide for that. We need a boat. Of course, there isn't anything that resembles a boat around here. So, we'll lift up this log and attach it to a second log. Let's do one more. We'll bring this over here and attach a third log. It's a makeshift raft. This is another new ability called Ultra Hand. Even though the logs are currently attached, they can be detached. Let's modify the shape of the raft. You can always attach things or detach them like this. Now, if we put this on the water, it's made of wood, so the buoyancy will keep it afloat. We've made a simplified version of a boat. However, it won't move in its current state, so we'll need something to propel it forward. There's something here. Let's try hitting it. Oh, wind. It's blowing wind. Looks like we found a fan. Why don't we try attaching it? We'll attach another one. This should make the boat well balanced. Okay, they're attached. All right, let's try moving the boat. Hey, it's moving. It's sailing pretty fast with the wind from the fans. Since we added 2 fans, we should be able to cross the river in no time. All right, we reached the other side. In the most recent trailer, we showed scenes of Link riding a large car and a flying machine. Those vehicles actually aren't in the game from the start. Instead, you'll be able to freely craft them on your own. There are all sorts of objects you'll come across in this game, and depending on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them. So, try crafting different things and explore this world at your leisure. There are even more new abilities. Take this building over here. Okay, watch this. Look, I passed right through the ceiling. This new ability is called Ascend. If you're in a place with a ceiling, you can go through to the floor above you. There are some restrictions, but what's great about this ability is that as long as there's a ceiling, you can use it anywhere. For example, this place has a cave with a hill right above it. If we use the ability here, come on, keep going. Okay, we emerged at the top of the hill. In the previous game, you had to use stamina to climb a mountain, but in this game, if there's a mountain with a cave like this one, you can now get to the top without having to climb all the way up. Here's another example. Imagine you're stuck in a cage. If it's got a ceiling, you know what to do, right? Exactly. Oh, there's another construct. It seems to be holding a strange weapon. Some enemies are equipped with fused weapons, so battles will play out a bit differently from the previous game. Ah, it blew me away with wind. Looks like it's got some sort of fan. Ah, I got pushed off. Ah, well, let's just return to the surface. You can quickly descend from the sky to the surface like this. It feels so good. In the sky, you'll be able to look out across the land. You can also search for destinations that pique your interest. Once you've chosen your destination, you can speed things up, like this. Let's dive into this river. And we're back on the surface. There are still so many things I'd like to show you, but let's leave it at that for now. What did you think? Some of Link's new abilities were updated from the previous game. I'm sure some of you watching me play were thinking, wait, if you could do that, then maybe you could do this too.
Yep.
In this game, you can do a lot of things just by thinking about what's even possible. There's still a lot of new gameplay, mysteries, and encounters we couldn't show today, but they're all jam-packed into this unfamiliar Hyrule, and we hope you'll use your imagination to explore it. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.
Okay, so yep, that's the end of the gameplay demonstration. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely am pumped to play the game. There's just so much going to be available on that short 10-minute clip. If you played Zelda Breath of the Wild, the only thing that's basically going to be the same, from what I can tell from that footage, is the rough landscape. It's going to, I say rough because landmarks like Jordan Peaks and the castle, etc., they're going to be in certain places, but they're not going to be exactly where they were. There's just so much to explore and find and play. But anyway, looking forward to the next reveal trailer. Hopefully it won't be as long as the last ones. But yeah, I'm going to bring this video to a close here. Hope you like some of my thoughts and comments. Anything resonate with you, or you got your own ideas, please drop them down below in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like on the channel, and this is Wishblend signing off. Laters.